Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video. We have a long maintenance to wait through, but we have the kits for our anniversary Nikkes. Finally, they really slow rolled us on this. Let's take a look at Nayuta. We already got to see her design, as I said in my anniversary preview video. She looks amazing, super cool. I mean, I love the sitting cross-legged pose, the reload animation. She looks good shooting, if you know what I mean. Even without the skin, honestly, she is so cool looking. I am a big fan. Seeing her actually work in battle, we don't really see a whole lot of secrets being revealed here. Her burst animation is really cool. I mean, just this primordial cosmic being kind of vibe is crazy. And then her burst, I mean, there's no subtlety here. She is just squashing enemies over and over again. So the key thing with her is that she changes her weapons. Let's talk about if she's actually good, and should you be pulling her or Librolio, because I will be making a full video for Librolio and Chime, so you can watch it right after this. So normally I would start with a unit skill 1, but we're actually going to come back to this because all these things hinge on her other skills. So let's take a look at her burst first. So she is a burst 2 support wind submachine gun. She deals 8.73% of attack damage on normal attack. This is pretty standard. There are some variations. Some are slightly lower than this. There are a couple that are higher than this, but this is basically the normal submachine gun attack value. She's got standard ammo, reload time, all that. Burst, 20-second cooldown. Thank God. Oh my God. That would be crazy if they gave us a big anniversary unit without having a 20-second cooldown. But let's see what it actually does. Affects all allies. Attack damage goes up 35% for 15 seconds. This is really good, okay? I've said this before. Attack damage is basically the best type of buff that you can get because you're just going to take whatever that final damage calculation is and do 35% more of that. Crazy. 15 seconds is a long time too. A lot of the time, buffs will go for 10 seconds. Some only go for 5 seconds. 15 seconds is great. This could basically be 100% uptime. Because you're going to have 10 seconds of burst, and then depending on your composition, you might have anywhere of 5 to 8 seconds between burst. So this is going to be extremely good. Depending on what you're doing, you could get this even lower, and this is basically, like I said, just 100% uptime. Affects all enemies, deals 45% of final attack as burst skill damage. It's funny that this specifies as burst skill damage. I'm not really sure what that means specifically, but 645% of final attack to all enemies is quite good. This isn't like a ginormous nuke like our main burst 3 attackers, but still, we're going to be doing final attack damage, so that is quite strong. I've said this before, when I was talking about I don't remember what unit I was reviewing a second ago. But any burst 2s that are supports that also bring in good damage are always really good. Think Mari, think Grave. They can, they're largely supporting, but they're also doing a lot of damage. Nayuta does the same thing here. Affects self, memory, incineration. Changes the weapon in use. So normally she's a submachine gun. Now she's going to get this charged weapon, which is just the hand that slams down. Basically calling in an airstrike from a god, more or less. So it says charge time is fixed to 1.8 seconds. It's a little bit of a slow charge time, but I don't think that matters. We saw it in the animation. It's still smashing things like crazy. Damage is 275% of final attack. So this is a very, very strong weapon. And then full charge damage, 250% of damage, and duration 10 seconds. So for 10 seconds, basically the whole full burst period, she's going to be dealing 250% of damage and that final attack damage. So basically the 250 is the base attack value of the weapon, if that makes sense. Kind of like the 8.73 is the base attack of her normal weapon. And then bonus effect, unlimited ammunition for 10 seconds. So she's never going to have to reload this. She's just going to keep squashing enemies over and over and over. No matter what, you never have to reload. Great. This looks like a very strong burst. I think this is worthy of an anniversary pilgrim. So now let's go back and take a look at her skills. So keep in mind that this is called memory incineration here, okay? So when she goes into full burst, that's the effect or status that she gets on herself. So skill 2 activates every 3 seconds, affects self, memory absorptions. This is the other keyword to keep in mind here. So memory absorption affects self, hit rate goes up 1.4%, very small hit rate buff, but stacks up to 30 times. But she does become immune to stack count increase and decrease. Largely, this isn't going to affect anything, but technically there are units where you can kind of try and do some shenanigans where you increase the stack count of things. But basically, she cannot gain extra stacks through those effects or decrease stacks. This is continuous. This effect can't be dispelled. So nothing's going to cause her to lose all her stacks all of a sudden or, gain extra ones. So just every 3 seconds, she's going to get 1 stack of this. Then it says activates when memory absorption takes effect, which is that hit up here. So every 3 seconds, affects self. Additional effect triggers according to stack count of memory absorption. Okay, so this is going to do different things depending on how many stacks she has. She can go up to 30 along with the previous effects that it had as well. So stage 1. So when memory absorption happens, so that's this 3-second count when her hit rate goes up, she is going to get an attack up 15% continuously. Stacks needs 2 stacks to trigger, so that's going to be easy to do. Then stage 2 needs 10 stacks. She's still going to keep the attack up 15%, but she is also going to do attack damage up 20% continuously. And then when she reaches the full 30 stacks, core damage goes up 20% continuously, and still keeping the attack damage up and the base attack boost as well. So this is also a very, very good skill here. Now, she's not going to be like your main damage dealer, but honestly, looks like she could be a pretty good main damage dealer with all of these effects here. I mean, the combination of attack up and attack damage and then core damage up will be very, very potent against anything with a core. Now, the thing is, she is a submachine gun, which is not terribly great at shooting cores. And then when she changes her weapon to her burst, it's like this big, AoE attack, which is also not, really like core hits. So a little bit of, not synergistic effects there, but still very, very strong. Now let's take a look at her skill 1. So skill 1 activates at the start of battle, affects self, unchanging heart, gain indomitability for 9 seconds, activates 1 time during the battle. So for the first 9 seconds, she's just not going to take any damage. That's what that means. This is going to be probably not super relevant in PvE, but this does mean that she could be very good in PvP because 9 seconds is definitely more than enough time to take no damage. Now, she doesn't taunt or anything, but it's kind of cool that they threw this in here just to make her like decent in arena as well, if anybody still cares about arena. Anybody? Okay, all right. And then it says activates when memory absorption takes effect. Affects all allies. All right, remember, memory absorption is also from skill 2, and that's that thing that gives her hit rate and then increases these stacks. It's also going to trigger her skill 1. So when memory absorption takes effects, affects all allies, damage dealt when attacking core goes up 25% for 5 seconds. Okay, so even if she's not good at doing core hits, she's buffing the whole team to do a lot more core hit damage. This is great, really strong. And if this is going to trigger every 3 seconds, but the last 5 seconds, that's going to get kind of crazy. Attack also goes up 30% of caster's attack for 5 seconds. This is going to be a pretty minor attack buff considering she's a support and this is not a final attack. It's referencing her base attack value, but still more attack buffs for the whole team, going to be good. And then equally shares HP recovery for 5 seconds. Well, we haven't heard anything about healing yet, but we're about to in a second. Activates when memory absorption takes effect. Again, that's still the same trigger from skill 2 over here. When memory absorption takes effect, recovers 25% of final max HP as HP. All right, that's going to be some wild healing, okay? Because this is going to trigger really often and 25% of her final max HP. And this is going to share HP recovery. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure that means that everybody's going to go up 25%. I think it does mean share it. So kind of like distributed damage effects where it, divides the damage equally amongst all enemies. I think that's what this is saying too. If this meant that everybody just goes up 25% of max HP every 5 seconds or whatever this was, 3 seconds, that would be totally wild. You'd basically just be invincible unless somebody one-shot you. I don't think that's what that means, but this is still going to be very strong healing. And then activates when attacking with full charge. Okay, so remember, she uses a submachine gun. She doesn't have full charge. She will do full charge if she is in the memory incineration effect, where she has her burst skill weapon, which is the big hand that has a charge time. So this is only going to happen during full burst. Activates when attacking with full charge. Affects all enemies if self is in memory incineration status, which is also from her burst here. Memory incineration status. That's how she gets the weapon. Affects all enemies, deals 150% of final attack as damage. So in addition to the AoE of her actual attack, she is also just to the entire field, all enemies, they're going to take 150% of final attack as damage. That's really good. Activates when the enemy is the stage target, affects the same enemy. So if you're fighting a boss specifically, she deals another 380% of final attack as additional damage. So just for good measure, she's going to do an extra slap to a boss. Nayuta here is out here to bitch slap everybody, basically. She looks really good. She looks really good. So how might we use her? The obvious synergy is with Crown, because if she's going to be healing frequently, she can trigger that all the time, very similar to Helm, and that could free up Helm to be on another team potentially. Also, she is very similar to Naga in that she will be doing healing as well as core damage buff. Probably just like a stronger version of Naga. Now, I don't think you would actually use her with Helm, because then you have two really OP burst 2s that are 22nd, and then you're not going to be able to get to use both of them, right? So I wouldn't really pair her with Crown, but I think she is very strong. Like I said, if anything, probably kind of an upgrade to Naga, I would say, is probably the most obvious thing here. Naga had kind of fallen out of use in a lot of ways anyway. I think she's going to be pretty universally good, because she's going to be, she's doing AoE damage, she's doing core damage, she's a buffer, she's a healer, even going to be kind of decent in arena. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I am going to be pulling for her. Do I think she's better than Liberalio? Probably. But if you want to know for sure, we will be doing testing. I will be live for Anniversary this afternoon right after maintenance. I will be doing all of my pulls, and of course we'll have full testing maybe a day later or so after we've gotten a chance to really experiment with her. And I am also going to do a skill analysis for Liberalio right after this. So make sure you subscribe and watch the next video for Liberalio as well as Chime. It's Anniversary, guys. It's a big hype. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream.